I'm going to show you how AirManual can help your business to grow faster and with less stress. So, you're trying to grow your business, but it's hard, right? And more so as you bring in more employees. Handing over tasks should be simple enough, but it's actually tricky to do well. New joiners need a ton of support, which slows you down. And then they make mistakes, which slows you down even more and probably holds you back from delegating as much as you'd like. The result is a business that's moving slower than it should be and a ton of stress that could be avoided. Here's how AirManual can help. The first thing that you can do is to get tasks handed over to free up your time and remove your team's reliance on specific people. In AirManual, you do this with task checklists. These are effective for handing over any task that your team is repeatedly doing. So for example, within the sales team, within inbound sales, this might include things like running a discovery call, following up with someone who didn't show up for a call, or following up with prospects. Now, unlike in other tools, these checklists aren't just documents to be reviewed once and forgotten. They can actually be followed. Your team can use them every time. Then, whenever something causes confusion or leads to a mistake, it's easy to fix so the same mistakes don't happen twice. And when there's an opportunity to improve part of the process, that's easy to do too. But what about new team members? You might trust them to send a quote using your new task checklist, but you won't expect them to start having sales calls without some additional training. Now, this is where self-service training and onboarding comes in. By creating a training checklist, you can help team members to review examples, practice on their own, and get feedback from their colleagues. With an onboarding checklist, a new team member can introduce themselves to the team, they can set up their tools, they can learn more about your goals, they can learn about how you work and start being productive in their first week. Now, as a manager myself, I used to have to block out 2 weeks after each new employee joined just to give them the support that they needed. And now I typically spend just 1 hour with them in their first week, and they get set up faster, they make fewer mistakes, and they rave about the experience of joining us. The reality of running a business is that you know that you need to sort out your processes and your training and your onboarding at some point. But it's never today because something more urgent always comes up. That's why AirManual provides tools to help you to start small and continuously improve and scale it up across the whole business. Now, to do this, you can start small by planning what guidance a team's going to need in the long term, but then prioritize the content that's going to help them move faster today. For example, to prioritize some onboarding around getting started with inbound sales. Now, with this clear focus, you'll find that the time that you invest in documenting is paid back within weeks rather than months or years. And you can then review whether processes are being followed and whether there are new issues as part of each weekly meeting. As you grow and improve the manual over time, you'll transform your team. And when you're ready, you can then scale it up across the whole business. Ultimately, you'll remove the barriers that are holding your business back, so that you can scale it faster and with less stress.